actually, there was 2 more stops we did, but we went to one more game store, and it's called Cybertron Video Games in Winter Park. In Winter Park. These guys were super cool. This place was super awesome. They had a huge Sega light up store sign, and it had the word Sega with Sonic at the end, kind of like, you know, spinning away, and it had the word Sega coming up from behind him. I really want to get one of those. They're from the 80s, they're from the 90s. They're very hard to come by, and they're very expensive. I even asked the guy if they would sell it, and he said no. Then I started being silly, and I'm like, well, what about your World of Nintendo stuff? And he was like, nope, that's not for sale either. If one of them were for sale, maybe we would have worked out a deal, especially if that Sega sign was available. I would love to have that in the collection. But that's one of those signs that you just hardly ever see. I think I've only seen that particular sign 3 or 4 times. And that's not even been like in person. That's the first time in life. I think I've seen that sign 2 times at most. Additionally, in kiosk collector groups that I'm in. I don't know. We'll see. But it's not an inexpensive sign. But these guys were awesome. They had a huge selection. Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, you name it. They had it. All the way to modern stuff. The Switch collection. If you are into Switch, which as you know, I'm not huge into Switch, but I do like the Switch. Monster selection of Switch games. Super, super cool. Definitely got to check it out. If you are interested, go to Winter Park, Cybertron. They have other store locations as well, but that's the one I went to. If you guys remember, in one of my previous videos, I had that huge haul of NES and Sega Genesis games. I actually brought with me to the convention to trade, hopefully finding Little Samson, DuckTales 2, a second copy that I had acquired, and they gave me a really good deal for the game. So you definitely should, again, if nothing else, their trade values are very, very aggressive for retro games. Their prices are very aggressive on retro games. So I'm stoked to definitely want to go back. So if you ever are in the area, I can't stress it enough, go check them out. From there, I didn't go crazy. I picked up, what, 3? I picked up a Nintendo Power. I picked up 3 Sega Genesis games, and then a stack of decent NES games that I did not have in the collection. So the first thing we're going to go over is Nintendo Power. Hopefully this thing's not got some weird glossiness from the light. In fact, let's go to the preview here and see what this looks like. Ah, look at that. Yes. There we go. Right there. Okay, so now I know what I'm looking at. That right there, Nintendo Power Virtual Boy, and it includes the 3D glasses. So I'm stoked to have this. I'm a huge fan of the Virtual Boy. I have the Virtual Boy. I have a couple controllers, the battery pack. I have 11 of the 14 games. I'm missing Vertical Force, Golf, and Jack Bros. So it's not like I'm missing high dollar games. I'm missing one high dollar game, and that's Jack Bros. And if you know Akin, you know that's why I'm still missing it. But that being said, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But I'm stoked to have that and can't wait to flip through that. They had tons of Nintendo Power stuff as well. Anyways, as far as games, let's talk about them. Genesis, you know I'm only going for CIB. This is called Lost Generation. No idea if it's any good. It is by Time Warner Interactive. It's probably trash. But then again, who knows? We'll find out. The other thing I picked up, Thunder Force 2. I have Thunder Force 1. This is part 2. Hudson's has Thunder Force 3, but it's not CIB. I was so heartbroken because everybody says Thunder Force 3 is the best shooter or shmup, shoot 'em up, however it's called, shmup game on the Genesis. So sadly, but this is part 2, so it's got to be good, right? And then I picked up Sorcerer's Kingdom. Again, these are all, like I said, CIB. No idea if this is going to be any good. This is very much a RPG kind of game from the looks of it. I don't know. We'll find out. Before I talk about Cybertron pickups, I'm going to just circle back to Hudson. I picked up this one. This is called Motor City Patrol. It is a Matchbox game, if you can see right there. I've been looking for a copy of this for a long time. This thing is a super clean label, no issues whatsoever with it. I am so excited to have this because I love Hot Wheels and Matchbox in my office. If you've seen the previous video, I should hopefully have had a snippet in there about my office, showing you around my office. Matchbox made an NES game. How cool is that? So let's go through these. King's Quest V, and it even came with the manual. We have Rampart, which also came with Emmanuel. Sesame Street Countdown. Maybe it's good. Battleship. We picked up Ghostbusters. I already have Ghostbusters number 2. This is Ghostbusters number 1, so I'm going backwards. And outside of this, like, little bit of peeling right here on the edge, which isn't actually as bad as it looks in the light, I'm very happy about that. Next one we picked up here is Muppets Adventure Chaos at the Carnival. Yeah. Ooh. Everybody's got to have a copy of Gotcha. And it's a 5-screw. Kidding, it's 3. I told the guy, he goes, I was joking with him about it, and he goes, oh yeah. I said, wouldn't it have been awesome if it was a 5-screw? And he said, yes, it would have been. And I said, yes, and it would have been a lot more expensive than $5. Or whatever it was, $5 or $6. This is Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which according to my app I didn't have, but somehow I feel like I do have this. So I've got to double check my app, but my app hasn't steered me wrong before, but it just felt like this was something I had. So obviously maybe it's something that I looked at on Mercari and I just ended up not getting it. This I thought was absolutely wild. I have never owned one of these carts before. This is by Epoxy, which I know Epoxy. I remember, I think they were the creators, or somehow they were involved in my mind with California games. But here's the manual for it. So hilarious. I don't know what's going on in this scene. There's like a flag right here, and there's like 2 robots that are like shooting laser beams. And this is the cart. It's just a black cart, but whatever. So, but as I've told you before, I'm going for the North America video games, the set, not just the licensed ones. We also picked up Dragon's Lair, and it included the manual. So I've got that now in the collection. I got to add all these to my app. If you guys use an app, I would recommend Game Eye. Another one I picked up, and I recommend it only because it's free 99. And it is actually really nice, really convenient to use, so on and so forth. One of the last 10 games ever produced for the NES, like I talked to you about with WarioWood, was Trolls. I think it's called On Treasure Island. I am actually kind of excited to try this one out, only because it's Trolls. I don't know what it is about Trolls, but I think it's because they were so 90s. Another one that kind of makes me feel one way, and I think the reason why the other one I felt that way might be is because, and this is Nobunga's Ambition, I have this on the Genesis, but now I have it on the Nintendo. We are nearing the end of our stack, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to Roger Rabbit. Is it any good? Can you solve the mystery? What? Oh, Power Play series. I literally thought this said Power Pad series. I'm like, wait a minute. Next one we picked up is Sky Kid. Not to be confused with Sky Shark. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll find out one day. The next thing I picked up, Totally Rad. Come on now. Doesn't that just look totally rad? Look at those colors. You got the yellows, the greens, the red, the pink nails, I mean, look at that. That if that doesn't scream.
What?
I love you so much, and Gabriella at the same time, because a minute ago, Gabriella came in here, and she goes, "Can I show you something?" And I said, "Sure." And she's creating literally her own like junk journal kind of thing with the pictures, and then I heard pitter patter of more feet, and I'm like, I don't think that's Ethan, because I don't think the troll has come out of his cave again since he got 50 nuggets. And then all of a sudden you come walk around the corner with your junk journal, which I think is just...
This is an interactive album.
Oh, sorry. With, as you know, the buying and reselling of stuff on the side to pay for this. So tell me what you guys think. Thank you so much for sticking around for this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit likes, all that share stuff, and tell me what you guys think about the toys that we picked up at the Collectathon or convention or whatever it was. And we'll see you guys next time right here in Jeremy Rewinds. Team 90s. We're down to 2. Another game, Genghis Khan. Yes, I read that right. Genghis Khan. And then we have Snake's Revenge. So that completes all of the games for the collection so far. I don't know what that's got me up to. Hopefully you guys liked the video. I really do. I really do hope you liked the video. This is for me, but it's for you as well, because I like going down this journey. I watch so many people on YouTube right now that are doing the exact same thing. They're basically documenting their journey. They're doing it for the YouTube, but they're also doing it for themselves. And that's why I love doing this, because this is fun. I love buying these things. I love playing these things. I was going to start it earlier this year, but people, we are into March. How did this happen? We are already almost done with the first quarter of 2024. I tell you, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm living for the weekend. I don't know. But we are going to rock and roll. We're going to have an amazing 2024. This year is going to be it's just going to continue to explode. And I can't wait to share with you the next step in the next video in this adventure. Comment, please like, and definitely subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys next time right here on Jeremy Rewinds.